it is Toby here, back for another video. We are doing another training session. Today we are going to be hitting a big log press session, so a proper strongman session today. We're going to be doing a lot of log press related things. So this whole video is going to be centered around training for log press. So you would have clicked on this video because the title and thumbnail suggested that I'm going to be showing you how I have been training for a log press PR coming up in the future. So we are now in my third block of training with Big Loz, who is my coach, Loz Charlet. If you know strongman, you know who Loz is. Really great coach, can't recommend him enough. But anyway, we're in the third block of training with him now, working towards a PR in the log and also some other lifts as well, which means we are now getting into a bit more heavy training, a lot more specific training for just those lifts. So today we are doing a lot of log press related things. We are starting off with some heavy triples on log. We're going to do 4 triples at 85 kilo, which is roughly, well, it is 85% of my 1 rep max, because my 1 rep max is 100 kilo. So yeah, we're doing 4 sets of 3 on that. And then we'll be doing some pause log press, which are fun. I'll explain more about them when we get to them. And then we're going to do also some incline log press on the bench, which is obviously an incline bench press variation using a log, because when you're doing a log press, you're leant quite far back and it ends up being more of an incline bench than a shoulder press a lot of the time. So that is what we're working towards today. Yeah, without further ado, I will show you some of those heavy triples and we'll talk about them afterwards. So a couple things to note with those heavy triples. 1, they all felt amazing. I'm feeling super powerful in the log right now. And 2, I have slightly changed up my technique since the last time I posted log press on this channel. And I want to explain that a bit. So you may notice now, just before I go to clean, I stand up with the log, then I take my brace, rotate my shoulders back, tense the back, pull everything back, get locked in tight, and then I hold that breath for as long as I can, in this case all 3 reps. And that is because I watched a Graham Hicks video on YouTube. Shout out Graham Hicks. If you don't know who Graham is, he's an insane log presser. One of the best in the world, easily. And he was talking about how with his log press he does the same thing. He deadlifts the log up, and whilst he stood with it, he gets his breath in, gets his brace, and locks himself back in tight. And I was like, well, I find a log press a little bit taxing because I usually take my breath and brace before I even pick up the log. Then clean, do all that. So by starting the brace and getting tight when you stood up with the log, you're able to have the press feel less taxing because you have more air than you would do if you started earlier, and you're able to keep a lot locked in, tighter. It makes the clean easier because you're really pulling your shoulder blades back, keeping everything tighter to your body. So it's one of those things where it's a simple change, but it's really helped. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. But anyway, yeah, they felt really good. I'm feeling super strong with the log press at the minute. As you could probably see, 85 kilos for 4 triples is no easy feat for me anyway, with my PR at 100. So next we're moving on to the pause log press. and I'll do a voiceover for that to explain all about them. So you probably expected these to be a pause just above eye level or just off the shoulders, something like that. But actually we are pausing during the push of the push press. So we are pausing at the bottom for a couple of seconds, as you'll be seeing on screen now. And that is to make sure that I'm being nice and explosive off the chest, not relying on shoulder and tricep strength, and really making the most of my leg power. So I do a couple of them each session, no issues. So yeah, paused, log press done. I do them at about 70% at the minute. Work up, add weight each week, you know, getting heavier and heavier, so that if I am able to control a heavier weight with a pause, then I'm much more likely to do an even heavier weight without a pause. But as I said in the little voiceover there, as you were seeing, I do them every single week. This is something that Loz has introduced me to. I never thought of doing a paused log press with the pause being in the dip of the push press, but it has really helped me gain a lot of explosive power off of the shoulders, off of the chest, at the bottom of the lift, by really making sure, like, visually in my head, I know when I'm supposed to be switching on. So the pause just lets me go, okay, time to switch on now, and I release, and send a big amount of power through my legs, through my body, into the log, so it gets up overhead, nice and snappy. And that's why a lot of these heavier weights you're seeing more recently in log, if you follow my Instagram or in recent videos, it is looking a lot snappier than my log used to, because I'm able to generate a lot more power through my legs. So that is why we do the paused log press like that. It's an incredible accessory for getting a bigger log and increasing explosive power. It also means your legs stay a lot more healthy, your joints stay a lot more healthy, because people love to preach about jumping power and that sort of thing, and this is exactly building on that. So it is meaning more explosive power coming through the legs. So really, really good stuff. Next, we're going to be moving on to the incline log press bench variant, which we're going to be doing in the rack. This is something I have not done before this session. I may have done it, I think I've done it like a year or two ago when I first got the log, but certainly not recently. This is a new thing to my block, so I'm going to see how it goes, see what sorts of weights I can push, and I'm going to show you that right now before we talk about the rest of the session. My shoulders and triceps are absolutely gone after all that log. So after the 4 sets of 3 normal log press with 85 kilo, the 3x3 with 72 kilo paused, and then the 3x8 incline with 72 kilo, my shoulders and triceps are pretty much frazzled. I've had quite enough of log for one day. That is going to be the most log press I've ever done in one singular day before, so I'm glad you guys got to experience. The rest of the session now is just a couple of accessory movements. So we are now going to move straight into some shoulder dumbbell press seated in a neutral position, again mimicking log, but this time it's a unilateral exercise because the dumbbell's obviously not connected. Not going to film them, just going to smash them out. You've had enough of me pressing today. And then after that it is hammer curls. Again, everyone knows what hammer curls is. That is to build up bicep strength for things like the log clean and other strongman movements. And then I can finish with an optional strongman exercise be it like farmers or yoke or something. Today I am going to take the option to keep that optional and not kill myself doing that. Today, because outside currently it is incredibly crap weather, very wet, it's very rainy, and usually that wouldn't be an excuse because obviously training in the rain is not a problem, but because of the surface I train on, which is gravel, when that's slippy it becomes very dangerous, and trying to do farmers or anything in the rain like that becomes a bit of a hazard for me. So unless there's something I could do inside, which I don't really want to do any sort of loading or anything after hammer curls, my biceps will be shot. I'm just going to give it a miss for today. This video's dragged on long enough, so I'm going to get all those accessories done and out the way, and we'll do a bit quick summary at the end. So that is that session done, and that is how I've been building my log press up to be humongous. So hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be able to hit an amazing PR there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like down below. It really helps out the channel and helps me push towards that big 1,000 subscriber mark. And of course, again, if you have made it this far without subscribing, what are you doing? A small channel, it'll help me more than it'll hinder you. And of course, there are much more videos coming in the future, many more good quality videos. We're in a bit of an awkward period at the minute where I am moving house and all that sort of thing. If you watched the last video, you'll know all about that. But in the future, we will be able to upgrade equipment, all of that, and make a better viewing experience for you guys. So please subscribe in preparation for that. And of course, go down to the comments and leave me a comment. Let me know how your day's been, whether you enjoyed this video, or if you have any more log pressing tips you can help share with the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video.